Everyone here is shipping off to basic training today and for the Army. Is that correct?
Yes.
That's good. Well, that's good. I'll be able to speak to you as a soldier as well. Good. I want to get to know you a little bit before I do swear you in into active duty. So I'm going to ask you 2 questions that are pretty easy. The first question is going to be your name. The second question will be what you're going to be doing in the Army. Okay? So MOS. So we'll start over here.
Orange Pomeroy, combat medic.
Combat medic. 6 years?
6 years.
Cool. Where are you going to basic training?
Fort Sill, Oklahoma.
Cool.
Noel Leach, 15 Golf, aircraft structural repair, Fort Jackson.
Cool.
Joshua Hopkins, 25 Bravo, information technology specialist.
Tyler Wilson, 11 X-ray, infantry, airborne.
Oh.
Thomas Seeds, 11 X-ray, infantry.
Gabriel Seacrest, 68 Whiskey.
Where you going to basic training?
Fort Sill.
So you guys are going to be friends, huh?
Yeah.
All right. Let's see.
Ingrid Nicole, 68 Tango, animal care specialist.
Okay.
Tavis Simpson, 12 Bravo, 4th Interlude.
Jasmine Smith Bride, 1 Fort Jackson.
Nicholas Jenks, 12 Bravo,
Okay, so you guys are going to be friends too. A lot of friendships.
Brian Swanson, 11 X-ray.
Oh, next to 11 Bravo. So 3. You put all the 11 Bravos at the end there. Okay, well, good. Well, good. That is really great, and truly congratulations. Before I am going to speak to you a little bit, I do want to give you a little, I guess, a speech, but before I do, I want to thank your family members and friends. Not everyone's family members and friends can be here today, but for those of you that are here, just thank you very much for coming and viewing this ceremony. You know that this ceremony is very important, obviously. And it's not just important for your family member or friend, but for every man and woman, it's very important because you all are changing today. You're changing from civilians that are members of the delayed entry program into actual active duty service members. So thank you for taking the time out of your day, wherever you're coming from, across the state, and to lead this ceremony. So with that, ladies and gentlemen, we will get this started. One of the first things I said when I walked in here was congratulations, other than Sandities, right? And I said that for a multitude of reasons. My first reason is because of the fact that out of 100 people that come to my station seeking to join the military, 100 people come from across the state of Michigan. They want to join the Army, they want to join the Marine Corps, the Navy, the Air Force, sometimes the Coast Guard. Out of those 100 people, I'm going to let you all guess once. How many of them do you think make it all the way to this point that can actually sign a contract to join the active duty?
2.
That was your guess.
Probably like 10%.
10? Nope.
25.
1/4.
25? No.
40.
Nope.
20.
Nope.
1.
45.
Yeah.
14.
14? That's close.
15.
Nope.
10.
Nope. 13. So you were closest. That is truly remarkable and a big deal, obviously, isn't it? It tells me a lot about each and every one of you, that you're in the top 13%. Not only that you're physically qualified, but you're mentally capable and you're ready to be successful in our military, specifically as soldiers in the U.S. Army for all of you. So that's why I said congratulations. And this is sort of the beginning of the end for you all. It's the end of your recruitment. It's the beginning of your future military careers. So I know that there's some smiling recruiters out there, but I will tell you that we're here to take the oath of enlistment, and you all have taken it before. Is that correct? Good. So we won't mess it up. All right? We'll see about that. Well, we will take this oath very seriously, obviously because of the fact that it is an oath, and obviously because of the fact that people before you have taken this oath very, very seriously. I'm of course speaking about our veterans, and I'm talking about the people that were just like you that spoke the exact words that you are going to speak today. In the past, I would say that most are U.S. citizens, but many were not. Some were volunteers, while others were draftees, and I'd say that most were men, but many were women, as evidenced in front of me today. And I say all that because I have a point. And my point is that since 1775, with the creation of the Continental Army, the oldest institution of its kind since 1775 for a very long time, the oldest of the military services. You see it in the Army flag, you see it in the Army crest, you see it right behind me. That's a real thing, 1775. Since then, for a very, very long time, the United States of America has relied upon people just like you, people of every race, religion, cultural, ethnic background, and gender, to provide for the common defense, as it's outlined in our Constitution. And when you all take this oath today for the second time for active duty, you essentially become one of these people, right? you are these people. You represent you represent a lot. You do. You represent our past, you represent our present, and you most definitely represent our future. You represent yourselves, you represent your family, your friends, you represent the state of Michigan, and should you ever serve overseas, you will represent the United States of America. Because I can tell you that as soon as you put on an Army uniform today, for the first time, whether it's going to be in Oklahoma, South Carolina, Missouri, or Georgia, wherever you're going, people are going to look at you very differently. That's to be expected, right? That's because the American public expects a certain level of tradition, of selfless service, and of commitment from their military members. They expect the best and brightest, especially from their soldiers. That's not just a poster in our hallway. That's not just a poster at a recruitment station. That's not just a billboard off of I-96. That's the real thing. It's the top 13% that I mentioned before. When in fact today you all become a member of the less than 1%, which is, I'm sure you read of, in the newspapers. Actually, you guys don't read newspapers, do you? Which is the less than 1%. I'm sure you've read online. The less than 1% of Americans who know what it is to serve in the military, and the less than 1% of Americans who know what it is to serve in the military in a time of war. Because you can make no mistake about that either, is that the United States of America is a nation at war. And it will be your job as soldiers to support and defend our Constitution like you will swear here today. So know that for me as a captain, as an officer in the United States Army, it's always an honor and a privilege to be an oath of enlistment officer, and it's another reason why I take this oath very, very seriously. And I will wish you all the best of luck today as you go to basic training, because you're going to need it. That was a joke. You're going to be challenged. You're going to be challenged physically, mentally, verbally, emotionally, and which way you can think of you will be challenged. And there is a reason for that, because not everyone can be a top 1%, right? There is a reason for that, and you'll find out very soon enough. But I do wish you all the best of luck, and at the end of the day, you guys are not going to remember one word I said anyways. Yeah. But you will remember today, your family will remember today, for those of you that are here. You will remember today, April 29th, 2014, for what you did, right? Which is you're going to raise your right arm, you'll swear to yourself, you'll swear to our nation, you'll swear to God that you'll support and defend our Constitution. That's what's very important, and that's what matters, so that's obviously what we're going to do. So what's going to happen next is I'm going to call everyone to attention. I'll ask you 3 required questions, and then you answer with the yes or no, sir, like Mr. Wilson or Ms. Evans briefed you, and then we'll do the oath of enlistment all together. And then for those of you that have family members and friends here, take photos with them, and then we'll go into the briefing room and we'll sign your contracts and we'll get you to basic training. A very long day ahead of you. But again, congratulations, and that's it. So with that, Hopkins, up 10, John. Do you understand what you've been briefed on concerning Article 83 covering fraudulent enlistment, Article 85 covering desertion, and Article 86 covering AWOL?
Yes,
sir.
Do you understand what you've been briefed on concerning the DoD separation policy and restrictions on personal conduct in the armed forces?
Yes, sir.
Do you have any moral reservations, questions, or reluctance to enlist at this time?
No, sir.
Raise your right arms and repeat after me. I state your full legal name.
I, Tyler James Wilson,
Do solemnly swear or affirm
do solemnly swear
that I will support and defend
that I will support and defend
the Constitution of the United States
the Constitution of the United States
against all enemies,
against all enemies,
foreign and domestic,
foreign and domestic,
that I will bear true faith
that I will bear true faith
and allegiance to the same,
and allegiance to the same,
and that I will obey
and that I will obey
the orders of
the orders of
the President of the United States
the President of the United States
and the orders of
and orders of
the officers appointed over me,
the officers appointed over me,
according to regulations
according to regulations
and the Uniform Code of Military Justice.
and the Uniform Code of Military Justice.
So help me God.
So help me God.
Lower your arms. All right, that is it. Congratulations again, and now we'll fall into the briefing room. I'll sign your contract. And remember, like I said, if your family members and friends are here, make sure that you take photos with them. At the same time, Mr. Wilson was taking some photos of that ceremony, and they'll go up on the Lansing Nuts Facebook page, so feel free to tag yourself in those photos or like yourself in those photos while they're there. But congratulations again, and that's it. Fall on.